Hey guys, so today in this video I will be showing you guys how to make a custom made, well somewhat custom made but a better version, variation of the black suit Spider-Man from Spider-Man 3. Hi everyone, my name is GuysB1024 and welcome to another video where today we will be turning this Spider-Man figure into the black suit Spider-Man from Spider-Man 3. And the reason being is because I did a bit of editing on my phone and I actually was surprised on how it would look. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I'm going to be doing it, and here are some of the materials. The first thing you're going to be needing is black acrylic paint, some metallic pearl white paint, a metallic silver sterling paint, which is basically acrylic, silver acrylic paint, and of course gloss spray, clear gloss spray adhesive. And this is to pretty much protect the paint so that it doesn't get scratched off. And of course you're going to be needing a Sam Raimi Spider-Man figure. It could be anyone you want, but for me personally, since I have one that has really good articulation since I added it, and this one actually looks really good compared to the other one I compared it to, which if you haven't seen be compared, be sure to check it out on my channel. And yeah, I will. Now let's get started. So the first thing you're going to need, oh sorry, I have my phone stand that's holding it up. The first thing you need is just some black paint, and the first thing we're going to be doing is just painting the entire front of where the red is at, just mainly on the torso, so that it gets a good covering. And then after that we're going to highlight where the edges of where the gray is going to be at, and then we will cover the dark blue with the black paint again. So let's get started with that right now. Alright, now that we've got the red pretty much painted on, or the black painted on, sorry, what we're going to do now is I'm pretty much just painting it over a bit, just so that the red is covered up. And I will be doing it over the joints as well, so that it looks like it's blended in, because if I just kept it the way it is, it wouldn't look like it's blended. It looks like it's just covering up. And I will be moving the head. It is understandable that the head, more like the neck joint, is loose, but that is mainly because I tried changing out certain portions of the body itself. But yeah, that didn't really work out, so I just decided to keep it the way it is. And also I tried, when I made the extra joints, I tried heating up the main body itself, taking it apart and then plugging in the arms easily, but that didn't work, so I'm just improvising on this portion of it. So now that we got the body, base of the body I should say, and the neck done, what we're gonna do now is the lower half, which I'm not gonna do time lapse for this one since it's easy. It's just red striping on the waist. So just careful. I'm trying to get this in camera and do this at the same time. Now, the reason why I'm making this a black suit is because, in my opinion, the black suit for Spider-Man and Spider-Man 3 was actually pretty decent compared to the comics, because in the comics it just looks like he just had a black suit on, which I'm not judging considering the fact that it is based on the comic. It would be based on the comics, but yeah. And I'm also doing it inside the joints, so that even if it does smear, or it does scrape off bit by bit, it would be easy to tell where it's at. Now, as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but certain bits of the black are starting to dry up easily, and that's because of this acrylic paint that's easy to dry when it's in thin layers. I'm gonna try and get deep within. Now, I'm using a really small brush because I'm not splattering it everywhere. I'm just doing it in certain areas I think need it, like on the chest, on the back a bit, and of course on the red portions. So now that is going to be drying up, we can now start doing the arms. I'm going to leave the head for last because the head is a little ornate. Actually, I might as well do the head now. So let's do the head. So for this one, I'm going to try and do this carefully because this is one head I want to keep as good as possible. And I'm not gonna really, oh crap, just messed up a lens. Not too much, but I can fix that. I'm not really gonna be screwing up much of the lenses. I mean, I will repaint them so it looks accurate to the movie, because the way that the company made these figures with just having white lenses, it's understandable because they want to make it relatable toward the comics, but when it comes to screen accurate figures like these, they should at least make it accurate with the lenses. I think the whole idea that they were doing with it was just making it look accurate with the CGI variations. So yeah, I'm also doing it underneath the chin. That's why you saw me do that before. Now, I would use a better paint than this. Actually, let me use a thin brush. Let's use this here. There we go. There we go. Because certain paints that you could use do rub off easily. And if you use a bad performance paint, it would easily wash off. So I wouldn't really recommend using this type of acrylic that I'm using, but I would recommend using some form of acrylic paint. And excuse the fact that my dogs are walking around. My parents, actually I'm not gonna say anything about that, but yeah. Okay. And there's the head. Don't mind the noises in the background. I'll probably just put music for the stuff, but yeah. So now we'll get the head and chest done. We're gonna go over the chest again, some more black so that it's evenly done. So everything will get just like splattered on with no regard. And the reason why I want to seal the paint is because in the past when I painted stuff, certain bits of it cracked, like the paint started smearing off in quantities. So I'm gonna try and seal the paint and hopefully have it look better. But if, of course, I don't feel like sealing it, then I will leave it the way it is and just leave it painted like this. Because I think with this type of paint, it would easily chip. But I think that's only with the joints. So now we're moving on to the arms. I'm not trying to get this on camera, I'm trying to do this in my own view, but let's try and do it like that. Now, much like the chest, I'm going to try and not try and not try and not just do it all over. Because of course, if it doesn't work out, I could just wash it off and just try it again. But I don't want to go through the whole process, since after this I have to go with my parents to my grandparents' house. And I will be pinning the portions of the joints too, so they look even, I should say. So yeah, right now it looks like the black suit is like morphing with the red mainly, but yeah, you guys get the whole gist of it. And I'm doing it in small quantities. I'm not like stroking it like immensely, because I'm not pinning it a lot. I'm just pinning it in small portions. And I also am going to be pinning the fingers as best as I can, mainly because they're individually jointed. So yeah, I'm actually going to pause the video right here, and I'll come back when this is all done. Okay, so I managed to get the head and the left arm. Sorry, I can't tell my left and my rights, but I managed to get the left arm and the head done. So now I'm just going to carefully move tap my arm down, and I'm gonna start working on painting the shoulder joint, which is easy. And I also started doing it to the other arm, as you can see. Now, if this is a pretty much if moment, like if you guys wanted to do like say the 2099 design with this figure, you can do that, but I don't think it would look as decent, because you have to do the alternate coloration and then you change up the logo appearance and stuff like that, but that's of course your decision if you want to do it. I'm not going to push you guys to do it. I'm not going to push you guys to not do it. It's your decision. But if you guys do have a figure like this, you can pretty much customize it within like a couple of days if you wanted to. If you want to keep it the way it is or just restore it to an original appearance, you can do that too. Because I did it before on my other Spider-Man figure, and it was actually pretty nice when I saw it like that. Let's go back to the other brush. And the reason why I'm holding it from the sides is because the waist is also loose, so I'm not going to try and waste too much time seeing it wobble like the head is. Now I'm really hoping that after this figure is done with, I can finally put this on display as a really good design, because the last time I did the Spider-Man custom appearance was with my other Spider-Man figure, or symbiote figure I should say, which was the Lasher figure, which if you guys want to look at that, then go onto my Instagram. I have a picture of it, of what it used to look like before I customized it to be final with the gold. Now, if you guys don't know, I actually also have the Spider-Man Far From Home suit, which I actually am going to be considering on puff painting, because with my Sam Raimi Spider-Man suit that I puff painted, if you guys haven't been following me on TikTok, I only puff painted the emblem. So I didn't puff paint the webbing. I didn't puff paint the red pattern on the suit. All I did was just puff paint the emblems, the spider emblems, and I just called it a day, which I consider it to be reasonable, since the web design is a different color and I don't have gray for the web design. But that's what this figure looks like now. So now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to move the arms out and start painting on the underside of the arm. Actually, no, before I do that, I should probably put in the gray paint, which hopefully this figure does not screw up. So yeah, in metallic silver. Put this right here. And the reason why I am using this silver is because I used it before on another figure that I did, and it actually looked really, really good. And it's pretty much good for outlining certain bits and pieces, as long as you do it in one layer. If you try and do it like in more than one layer, it can easily get screwed up. Which is honestly something I'm not trying to do. As you can see, I don't know if you can, but I'm doing the basic outlining of where the red is meeting the blue. Forward. I'm gonna put the paint brush in the black paint. So yeah, that's pretty much what it would look like. And of course I am gonna have to do the individual finger joining. So close the hand. I'm going to be swapping between these paintbrushes a lot, because smaller paintbrushes help get the detail in, or the basics in, and the smaller one really brings out the detail or outlining. So yeah, now I'm starting to go over any points that I missed. And I'm gonna keep them in a T-pose because for one, it's the easiest way to mark out or find any points that were not painted that I can paint now. And plus, when you think about it, when they did the modeling for Spider-Man, they pretty much had to have like a person in a T-pose. So yeah. And the reason why I'm using a pearl white is for the lenses. I'm mixing the metallic silver and the pearl white together, so that it doesn't look like it's like a pure silver, but it looks like a slightly offset white or slightly offset gray, so I can put it on the emblem, as well as on the lenses, because the lenses aren't white, they're also silver. The great dark silver on the edges, and then a lighter silver on top. So that's done. Lift up the arm, close the fingers. Yeah, and here's the thing, if you're using straight black paint, you're going to be painting a figure anyway black. What you could do is that if you get some on your finger, you just smear it on the part that you're going to be painting later on. And just trying to get in between those finger joints. Now I'm not going to be painting, like when I do the silver, I'm not going to just paint on top of it. I'm gonna do it lightly, because the webbing on the figure itself is 3D compared to like a printed on web design. And so I'm just gonna lightly do it over it so that it just gets onto those layerings. So now, what's I got? Oh yeah, lift the arm up. And this is an easier way of doing it. You can just hold him upside down by his thighs. And then, silver. But you guys get the whole point. I'm gonna pause the video here so you guys can see it when it's done. Hello everyone, so right now I just finished painting all of it black. Now I'm just adding on the web designing and of course the logos. Actually, I already did logos. The back logo was a little difficult because it was bigger as well as the front logo, but the method I'm using to make the webbing actually pop out more is a technique that people actually use for weathering costumes, which is basically taking a small amount of paint and wiping off and taking off most of it on like a board like this, and you just do it softly over the areas that they want to be detailed. Like for me, the webbing, I want it to be detailed so it looks more noticeable. And the best thing about that I actually like is that when I brush it on, it actually gives it a bit of a shiny look to the base of the black. So that's cool. And I also did it to the neck a bit, as well as portions of the head. And once I'm done with that, I will do it to the feet and the arms. And I am gonna go back and mark out with the silver where the silvering on the arms is at, or the cutoff point of where black meets the silver point. And then once this is all done, I'll show you the finished product. And here is the finished figure. There we are. Here is the finished black suit Spider-Man. Now this isn't officially finished. I have to spray a clear coat on him, which is this, but I will do that tomorrow since I had to spend a bit of time with my family. Hence the reason why it took me a while for me to upload this or record this particular part of the video. But yeah, this is the black suit Spider-Man fully painted. And I know you're probably wondering why, maybe wondering why there are random gray or silver streaks on them. And that is the method I used for the web design, because on the webbing it had to be silver, and since they are 3D, I decided to take a brush, specifically this brush, take a little bit of the silver paint and just lightly brush it over the silver, over the lining of the webs, so that it can be three-dimensional and so that it can be exposed a bit while also allowing it to allowing for it to, you know, add a bit of like dimensional coloring to it, because it would look a little too clean if it didn't have a bit of silver effect on the black. And of course the lenses are silver, well, dark silver I should say. I would like to change it sometime, but I didn't want to keep it white because it would look a little too cartoonish or comic book accurate. But yeah, tomorrow I'll have to paint or put a clear coat of the clear gloss spray to protect the paint. And but yeah, this is how you make a custom black suit Spider-Man. So if you don't want to, you know, spend a whole bunch of like money buying a black suit Spider-Man that's like expensive, you can just get one that's like cheap on eBay. Give it a bit of shoulder articulation if it doesn't already have it, and then after that you can just paint it like this, or something a little bit better than this, since I tried my best on the back logo, but it didn't really come out good. Although it did show it though, although it did cover most of the spiders, so on the back, so I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and also be sure to tell me in the comments down below what version of Spider-Man is your personal favorite, because for me it has to be the Sam Raimi Spider-Man suit, both the original and of course the black suit. And of course, my third favorite would have to be the 2099 Spider-Man suit, both the regular and advanced suit. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.